Professor Carson, distinguished members of the academic board, colleagues from other universities, PhDers, at last but not least, Dr. Munir. We are really touched by this event. And we are a little bit off the beaten track now, because normally after a PhD, the committee stands up and goes out and everybody's happy that they are out. But at this time I thought that perhaps it would be good to reflect a little bit on what has been achieved, what you have achieved, and what you are going to achieve very soon. 100 PhD is no small thing for an institution that is quite young. And 94, when we had the first PhD graduating ever at the Institute-IHE, as it was called at the time, in the shape of Nini Keen, whom some of you may remember. Nini had a groundbreaking thesis on hydroinformatics, and later on he ended up, and I was her boss for a couple of years at UNESCO, as she was leading the Sustainable Water Resources Management Program of the International Hydrological Program, and then later on ended up as the vice president of AIT in Bangkok. When I was asking Nini what is it what she learned about IHE during her studies here, she said, "To my amazement," I quote, "I not only gained technological knowledge, but also a social education with a broad international perspective and focus on solving real-life problems. You are trained very rigorously to work hard and deliver quality. You carry that for the rest of your life," unquote. And this is a wonderful message what Nini has provided us with all her experience gained. And then we went on, and nearly 10 years after, we had the 50th one. Then the derivative of the process was increasing, because now we have 135 PhDers, PhD students working on their thesis. The 50th PhD was received by Dr. Maher Abu Madi. Maher, everybody knows, he's the one who is running these huge networks and brings together all the institutions. He's now with the Birzeit University in Palestine. And Maher has said about IHE, quote, "IHE is very different from any educational institute or university in the world. What students acquire when coming to study at IHE is much more than a degree in water engineering. It's a degree in cultures, communication skills, respect, peace, and much more," unquote. Let me pay tribute here to our host country that has provided this tremendous support, either through the industry or through various scholarship programs, that made it possible, that it happened, that we are now celebrating the 100th PhD. We have done 59 with the Technical University of Delft in very close cooperation. We have graduated 39 in cooperation with Wageningen University, and a dozen or so with other universities. 6 of the candidates have ended up in the upper, I think, 3% with cum laude. The gender balance is improving. Of the current students, we have 30% ladies, and the rest is the other side of the equation. The needs, ladies and gentlemen, are tremendous. The needs at home, where you will go back and serve your nation, are huge. We used to quote that if nations are there to meet the Millennium Development Goals, then they have to invest into capacity building. In Africa, 300% increase is needed to achieve the Millennium Development Goals. In Asia, good 250%, huge number. Alone in Latin America, 50%. So to serve those needs, to achieve those needs, this institute has a very strong mandate, which probably we will enlarge, hopefully will enlarge with the latest deliberations of our governing board. Sarfar, you will go back to Pakistan where, well, sooner or later, where you will be very much needed. You will be needed particularly now in a country which needs the kind of knowledge you have. A country that has been devastated by the flood last summer, $40 billion damage. This is huge. You have to rebuild almost everything when it comes to well, infrastructure, and particularly in your field. But more importantly, your field is coming up as an extremely important field in order to provide food security, which is going to be the huge issue. As you have seen, food prices are going crazy. And in 40 years' time, and this is the task of your generation, you have to make everything to feed 9 billion human beings. Water is the centerpiece for that. Agriculture, engineering, and water resources management are really the heart of this matter. So what you're going to do is really important. I hope you will become a billionaire. Well, if not, don't worry, because Albert Einstein has said, science is a wonderful thing as long as you have to make a living at it. Nevertheless, what you have been conferred upon you now is a certificate that you are a scientist. You have tested grounds. You have gone through very difficult periods. You have proven that you are able to do independent scientific research, and you are able to communicate that, which is a very, very important thing. So even if you don't become a zillionaire, you will have a great fun in your life, because that's what science does. But more importantly, what it does, it gives us a tool to serve the others who need us. And that is very, very important to keep in mind. It is not an easy thing to go through a PhD, 4 years, 5 years, plus sigma, where sigma is a fairly large number, never negative. This what you are doing is a fantastic thing. Therefore, I'm looking forward for the next occasions when you will be sitting here, where he's standing there, and the committee will be there. And after that, we will have a huge party. Thank you again.